Welcome back to another episode of Codename Wired. Duchess, you was meant to do this. I did message you. But
I saw the message, but you know what? He didn't even promote the show. I'm saying Adam is awful at everybody in every possible fucking Discord and annoys the fuck out of us. But he forgot to promote the show before we came on. So
and everything. Here's the thing, right? Behind the scenes, like in our chat, this man literally said, "Oh, I'm gonna start promoting the show a whole week early just to hype up for it." And then what happened? No fucking promotion.
Nothing
at all.
I done one this morning because I was like, shit. And then I forgot to put, and I didn't put it in Discord because fucking Beardy McBitchface up in this corner got his knickers in a twist because someone forgot to put their phone on silent at work.
No, my phone was on silent. That's the problem.
Your notifications were so hardcore, it took his phone out of silent. I mean, think about it. You're such a dick.
No, my phone was on silent, but
oh, that made me laugh. I couldn't stop laughing for that show.
I just think that because all of us are all in the same Discord, you should probably only just use the main three that everyone uses.
Oh mate, I just bang, 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 done.
Yeah, I think I know with like 11
that's literally what I told you. Just use the main three that everyone uses. There's no point in posting it 8 fucking times for people.
No, I'm still going to post it, and I'm going to send it to you personally as well for the extra. But anyway, oh god,
are you building the staggered fuse today?
Yes, we are doing staggered fuse Claptons today. We're doing staggered fuse Claptons today. I did try and get it all set up in the garage and that, but it wasn't working too well. So we are building here on the old build rig today, which is going to be interesting. But before we go any further, what is you vaping on, Duchess?
Oh, let Jay go first because I gotta grab one of my moms for this purpose.
Duchess goes the last crop already. All right. Let's see. So I don't know. Got a little nostalgic. Brought out the old Ardent with a special Clown Vapes Dreamer because my wife did this for my birthday. She was really cool about it and got it engraved and all that. Then I got a button that Mr. Ashton Palmas Powders did in solid black for me. And in that I have, what is this again? It's Pog. I'm working on a pineapple orange guava mix that's going to go on the final list. Just kind of tried it a while back, and then the guy that requested it, he was like, hey, I need more of that stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put that on the list because I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. And I've been trying to like figure out the 10 flavors I'm gonna put on the list because that whole list it's pretty much revamped at this point. I think only 3 of the originals survived.
Bloody hell.
And so then next I got Warlock's Hammer. If you guys know, this is Mark used to be in the Stew Crew. Dude passed away a couple years ago, and I managed to snag one up somebody had up for sale. And in that I got the Squy RDA, and in that I got the peanut butter cheesecake chocolate thing we did.
I haven't gotten around to being able to order one of those. How is that Squy? Like overall?
I don't know. Honestly, is it good? Yeah. Do I feel the difference from the rye? Not really, because I even vaped that alongside of it. So I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm actually, after doing reviews and all that shit for quite a while, most of the things I buy I enjoy and I like them, and I'll say I like them. I rarely ever say I hate something, but at the same time I don't go, this is like the shit in my end game fucking thing. But Then again, if you guys know me and my psychopathic collection, I am not the kind of person that just lives on one thing for the rest of my life. I can't when it comes to vaping. I mean, we were talking about Boros. I think the one setup I have in my existence that stays constant is Hexum Recoil, because I have 12 of the exact same setup. But beyond that, no.
Every color possible.
Yeah, every color possible.
I was just curious because I still plan on picking one up. But,
no, dude, get one. They're good.
I haven't heard any like reviews from anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I would say pick one up. They cost less than the rye did when they first came out. I don't know if the code exists, or still exists, but I know Grim was able to get a code a while back for, I think it was like 10% off or something. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if that exists, and I'm putting that out there, but I think he had like posted it on Instagram or something. So if you guys want to check out his Instagram and see if that code still works, go check that out. It'll save you some cash.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I got the billet box with the orbit on it, and in that I am rocking, what is it? It's another flavor that I'm working on for the final 10. It's a peaches and cream kind of yogurt thing. It's really nice. I'm enjoying it, and I'm trying it out in different devices to see how it actually holds up in like different things. I try my best to make sure that the liquids hold up in different devices, but I'm even trying to come up with a rating system to let you know what devices it works in best and which ones it doesn't, because there are some of the flavors I've done in the past that they do great in an RDA but taste like shit in an MTL. So
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But yeah, that's me. Adam or
Duchess,
Jason,
do you
whoever
want
wants
to
to
go
go
next?
Yeah, so I realized that much like Jay here, I get bored quite quickly with my setups, so I'm constantly cycling things out. And I got a wild hair up my ass yesterday and woke up and said, I want to use my fucking temple. Where's my fucking temple? So I rebuilt my temple RDA for a Vapors Cloud and decided to put some serious coils in it. So I got it sitting on top of the Saga, and it is
Nice.
chucking for sure.
I don't know. I think the Tempo was a wildly underrated RDA because I didn't hear much of it, but I personally like mine. So
That's real good. I like the flavor in it. They did the same thing with this that they did with the Asgard, and they've got that little chamber reducer slash like airflow smoother thing in there for the honeycomb. Which is
I melted the shit out of mine. I had to buy another one because the coils I put on it were too big.
Didn't the Temple and the Asgard come out at roughly the same sort of time, didn't they?
One after the other.
Roughly, yeah. The Asgard came out just before it. The Temple is a remake.
Oh, it's a ring.
On the inside, got some cornflake sugar cookie.
Some
from the
backed.
Big Nine. Next up, I've got another Vapors Cloud / Suicide Muds set up, and that's the Valhalla 28 sitting on top of that Suicide 21700. And on the inside, I got some PB Party rocking. The StreamYards always throws me off because everything is backwards.
And we can't do mirror because this damn shit won't let us do it.
Because it won't do mirror, which is dumb.
I like making shit difficult for people. That's all it is.
Obviously.
I figure. And then last up, I've got some Clockwork Georgie Ultraviolence this way. And fantastic liquid. And I decided to shine up and bring back out my Keen and Goon. I got that vape cap on there, which is shiny. This is my stay gold because it's all gold, obviously. Set up, and yeah, it's just it's rocking and rolling. It's got a nice little crackle to it. So otherwise, that's me. That's what I'm rocking right now. Everything else I tore down and fucking needs to get washed.
Yeah, well, I've got quite a bit today because this is my third day streaming, so I just keep building shit. So as per usual, I got the Denali Nightmare 25, and in that is Amatorium Country Fudge. The Ether Bridge on the Stormtrooper Abyss, that's also got Country Fudge in it. We have the Heavy Hitter with the OG Recall. In there is
Country Fudge.
Nope. Jinx, pineapple, and grapefruit. Well, I can't taste the pineapple, but it's still a good grapefruit liquid. Got the Sut box with the vape snail or shell. I can never fucking remember what one it is with the big drip tip. And in there is Posh toothpaste. Fuck knows what it's called. And lastly, I've got the challenge build on the Nitro single coil Odin 100, and in there is a mystery liquid, which I ain't got a fucking clue what it is, but it tastes a bit orangey. So that's me done. So I'm all good. Let me just move all this out of the way. So what do you guys want to do first? Do you want to do tutorial or do you want to go through the challenge first?
We can talk challenge real quick.
Out of the way. It's real short.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll jump straight into the challenge.
He already promised that the staggers was going to take for fucking ever to do. He already promised me that before the show started.
It's going to be real short. So I'm just gonna tell everyone now. I didn't do shit for the challenge, legit at all. I just didn't feel like vaping or building anything. So I was like, fuck that shit. I'm not doing it.
I'll be honest. I did mine, but I'm with Duchess here. I went fuck Adam because out of all the challenges, he gave us an open idea, and
I think the open idea was actually harder than any other.
Exactly. Any artist will tell you, you give me an open idea, I'm gonna fuck it up because I'm not gonna do what you want me to do in the end.
Yeah, that is true. But I
thought
thought
you get a tattoo, you go with a clear and honest idea. You never ask for whatever it'll come out with.
All right, so straight off the bat, we'll go Jay first.
You have to see how great I fucked this up. All right, so this disaster right here is I was trying to do a staggered alien type thing. It just didn't work. I didn't even bother taking like making of pictures or anything. I just tried it, did it, and I was like, oh, that looks like shit. So I was like, fuck. I mean, some of the wraps came out nice, but still. Then that was just like a multi-core staggered. I think I was going for like a 4-core 28 gauge.
Yeah.
Again, I just suck at staggering. I'm not a fan of them to begin with, but I'm just awful at doing the whole situation. And maybe Adam's tutorial today will help me. But yeah.
And lastly,
and that's what it looks like in the deck, all warped because Adam stretched it out all weird.
I thought I'd get a fucking blame for it. If in doubt, blame the English.
You got some nice wraps on the end over there, though.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some of the wraps came out okay, but it just, I'm not good at multi-cores. I'm coming to that. Just
multi-cores are fucking difficult. They take time.
Or at mittens. I just suck at anything beyond 3 cores. And it's just because I think I just pull too hard on like the wrap wire. So, but yeah, that's the disaster I did. It was a staggered multi-core or
How
alien.
did they vape?
Okay. I mean, the vape was fine, but
yeah. Well, I went with what Duchess told me to do, which was ribbon wire staggered. So no, I couldn't get it to fucking lay flat. It really started to piss me off. So we got these ones. They come out all right though. They weren't too bad. They're tight. Which
those staggered staples are actually looking okay.
Yeah, I was quite impressed with them. And that one, I don't know what went wrong with that one, but I was trying to wrap it around a 3 mil and it just would not wrap. And if you see at the ends, there literally was like a millimeter between each wrap. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, that. And then I got a nice bit of color on them, and I put them in the nitrous, and they spread a bit. But I thought I got quite good colors from them. And they vape really nicely. Single core, it came out at a 0.17.
Not bad. So what did you use for the ribbon on this? Do you remember?
It was 27s with 36, and I think there were a 0.3 I used.
Okay.
So 6 strands of 0.3. And it took a fuck ton of glue. I glued the shit out of it. That was the only way I could get him to sit straight.
Did you at all try to use the like a spare piece of like ribbon or anything like that wrapped around
the problem with it? The problem with doing that is when you've got the actual staggers. When they're so delicate that if you try and wrap it, you'll warp the stagger and then you'll get the gap when you're trying to wrap them.
Okay.
So I did try that, and then I was just getting fuck off gaps. So I was like, sorry, if I just glue the shit out of both ends and keep it as straight as possible. But I don't know if you noticed in the picture, and I will own up to it. They sat perfect side by side, and I got just short of one coil, and they went over. So they're stacked this way rather than across.
Interesting. They twisted on you. Okay.
God knows. I don't know whether.
Did you try paper clips at all?
Yeah, fucks the staggers. That's the only problem.
Okay.
It was trying to keep them in
What
line.
about Legos just to like clamp them together?
It warps the
everything warped the stagger.
Everything I tried warped it, and it was a pain in the ass.
Okay.
But because what I originally did was laid the ribbon wire out, glued them together so they were perfectly straight, and then held the frames up, and then I put more than enough glue around there, then heated up the glue so they sort of sunk in, then put more glue around the top. So literally each end was about this big of glue. Fuck tons of glue just to keep it. And then I had to get a pair of scissors and cut down the glue ends to get it in the end of the chuck. But I got them in the end. It just so happened that they flipped on me. I don't know how they flipped, but I don't know whether I warped the end and it just pushed them all over. But yeah, come out all right. They vape nicely. I haven't had no issues with them. I do want to try them again. So, should we jump straight into this tutorial then?
Do it.
Right.
See, the challenge is quick. We got through it really fast.
That was 10 minutes, the max.
I told you, real short.
Right, I'm not doing it on the new build rig because I couldn't work it out in the garage. It was too much hard work. So I'm using my old rig. Jay's going to love this.
There it is.
There that is.
With the little ones.
Wait, are those the 10-pound ones?
These little ones in the middle of the 10-pound ones. I thought I'd put them on especially for Jay.
So you're going to torture yourself just for a joke.
Yeah.
So
let me put this on the table. And also, we have just a normal drill on top of another articulated vise. So,
dude, that's the one that cracks me up. This is the upside down drill in the vise.
Yeah, it's because if you can see, it goes backwards. It's off at an angle, so that's the issue we had. So, let me screw this in.
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to
tortured with this yet? Or you got to build on camera?
What's this?
Are you built on camera yet?
Nope, this is the first time, so this is going to be fun.
Yeah, this is where
I may lose an eye, but it's all part of the fun.
Strap in, folks.
Yeah, it's a wild ride. We're going to just build it on the passage because it's nice and simple build. What you will need is another, how I do it, another RDA. So this is the recurve jewel, and you need it good weighted. These are manky because they haven't been used for 3 years, but it gives it perfect weight. A pair of juggernauts wicked, so it gives it just enough weight. You're going to need that. If I can get it back on. Yeah, you're going to need that. You're going to need your wires. So I am doing 2736s. I prefer 2636, but I've run out of 26. So we're going to have 36 twisted messes, 27 twisted messes. You're going to need them. We'll keep that to the side. You're going to need your clippers. Right. What am I doing? Move this mic this way. I will try and get this in shot for you. Hang on. Fuck it. I'm just going to move this out of the way. Hang on. Give me a second. Fucking move. Oh, this shit. Right. So we've got the drill end here. So what we're going to do is straight off the bat, get the coils. I don't suggest you do this if you've got a decent drill, but I've lost my other pliers, so I'm going to stretch it on the drill.
You can't stretch it from the spool?
I didn't think about doing that. Yeah, I'll do it that way.
Wow. This fucking guy.
Like, Duchess gives me shit for that all the time. And
I'm not even kidding. Literally a few episodes ago, I literally said you can take one pair of piece of pliers, hold it, and stretch it directly off the spool. And this guy's like, oh, I lost my other fucking pair of pliers. I don't know how to stretch.
But I was testing it and I had found another way of doing it. Such a dick, but true.
All I'm hearing is excuses.
And my drill is covered in glue. So much glue. Right. So we'll put this in this end. Duchess, you know when you were saying when you were doing the build off on the green room and you start getting the shakes for some unknown reason?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know how you feel.
Yo, it's that nervousness that sets in. When you're doing those build offs, that nervousness sets in because like you have a time that you need to hit, and then like you're like building, and then you try not to look because you're focused on what you're doing, but you always end up like.
Well, I've just cut my finger.
A little bit. Huh?
I missed the wire and cut my finger. Right, we'll move this up.
He's bleeding for this tutorial, people.
No bleeding yet. What you're going to want to do is on the wrap wire, you want to take a little bit off. So literally, no more than that.
A little bit off the top.
Let's make sure it's good. So what you want to do is, initially, you do 5 Clapton wraps nice and tight, and then you do 4 at an angle, so you get nice big spaces. So I'll do that, and then I'll tell you what it's really.
And so the reason for this, for people who may ask why are you doing the 5 Claptons and then the 4 spaces? So those 5 Claptons, make sure that wire is held on there nice and tight.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he creates those spaces, it starts that space out for him automatically. So this way, when he wraps that spare wire, whether he's using 36 or 38, I'm not sure. But when he wraps that spare wire around there, it's going to fit into that space, and it's going to start pushing things over the way it's supposed to. And it'll give you that proper spacing that you should have for the wire size. And then this way, when you line things up a little bit later, everything is perfect. Well, or rather practically perfect for the way that it is. I mean, there could be deformities at some point somewhere. But what he's doing now is once he takes that spare wire, he's going to take it because he actually showed me this when we were doing it originally. He's going to take that spare wire and he's going to put it through the drip tip on that RDA. And
I'm going to mute my camera, so I'm going to start going now.
Yeah, so he's gonna put that spare wire through the drip tip on that RDA, and spread the wires out just a little bit so that way they're held properly, and push that drip tip back in there. The RDA
you should lower your camera a little bit so people can see the drill. There you go.
So this way you can see this. So that wire is strong enough that it's going to hold that up, but this way it's also going to give you enough tension on that wire to create that spacing. So all he's going to do is that wire is now on there, and when it starts to go, it's automatically going to take it and it's going to space everything out properly. As he goes down the wire, you'll see the RDA move across the wire with it. As you can see right now, if you pay close enough attention. And so what's going to happen is he'll get to the end of this, he'll stop, he'll cut that RDA off, and then if he's only doing 2 cores, then he's going to cut it in half, and then you're going to take the end of one. So when you cut it in middle, right, he's gonna take that middle piece and he's going to move it to the other side, so that way everything lines up perfectly and the RDA fell off. So I mean, that's always fun.
Dude, the whole wire fell off.
Oh no, sorry, it locked up on him. That's what happened. And then this is something that just that ends up happening. The wire broke on the end. It twisted too much or whatever happened with him and whatnot. So as long as nothing happened with the actual wraps itself, then you can actually just put it back in the drill the way he's doing, and you can continue moving on. Just make sure you have that nice set of tension with the wires, just so that way everything turns out the way it should be turning out. We'll see what he's got going on here, but when you line those wires up, and we'll go through this again in just a second when he's done with this, but once you line those wires up, then you can literally just slot them into the chuck of the drill, and then keep a nice amount of tension and wrap them nice and slow, and then pick up speed from there. And then you've got a nice set of staggered fuse Claptons. So, but you can see that RDA is moving along. You're going to see it disappear from camera just because it is moving. But if you guys have any other questions about the process that goes into this, feel free to put them in chat. We'll go over those with you as Adam is continuing this build. Otherwise, that's pretty much the basis of this build, just to kind of get started and how it's done. I have heard a lot of people say that these are actually harder than building aliens, and then I've heard people say that aliens are harder than building these. I think it really just depends on the person itself, because I actually find these to be harder for me than building aliens, honestly.
Same here. I find these harder than aliens. And I've heard people that say aliens are not worth the effort, but staggereds are, and I find that the complete reverse. So, it's all a personal preference. And Dave Lloyd, get you some Anthony Romella glasses, dude. They'll help being able to see all that.
Yeah.
IMO. But look at that concentration.
Hey.
Look, he's
back.
That
fucked up. No, we literally it locked up on me, and then it just pulled it out of the chuck. But I've managed to actually save it, so I only really lost.
That's not that bad. Yeah, you're
that's
good.
not too bad at all.
Managed to
how long
save
of how long of a piece do you think that is?
what I'll do actually.
You think you have enough to get a whole pair out of that, or just one pair?
Yeah, we've got that, so we half that, so we'll probably get two smallish ones.
Okay. You're just doing dual core, or are you doing multis?
Just do dual core, just the normal stagger fuse Claptons at the moment. Right. So obviously you saw me fuck up. The good thing about this one is when you wrap that wire around and then secure it with the RDA, it will just lock it in place. And as long as you don't press too hard on the actual wire, you're not going to warp it too much. And luckily, I only lost a tiny, tiny bit, and you don't need the first like that much of a staggered. So what you do after that, what I do is you cut the RDA off. So your RDA was still a bit of the wire hanging off. Your trick is do not touch this as little and as lightly as possible. So what I do, move all this shit out of the way. Move that up there. Move that over here. So we cut that one off, and then we just unscrew this bit here. So we have wire here. So what at the end, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm trying to touch this as little as possible. If you can see, there's a little bit of bare wire at the end. You need to keep that because as you're wrapping, you want the outer cord to be able to move so it can sit in place. And once it's in place, it will move a little bit. But if you've got a little tail hanging off, like I have there, make sure you snip that off. So cut it as close as possible to the... Right. What you also want to do on the far end where you've curved it, I haven't done it because when mine snapped off, where you've got the L shape and you've wrapped the wire around here and then you brought it down to the core wire, you want to cut that string there so the whole thing will move over it. So the next thing you want to do is find roughly the halfway mark. I never get it bang on, but we will go here. Oh shit, they lost it. So we'll go here. And what you want to do is when you've cut it, so you've cut the wire here, you want to bring this one up and on top of it. Do not twist it, turn it that way, or put it the other way. You bring it and put it on top of it. So everything's going.
And this is what I was telling you guys, like while he was actually doing the stagger itself, is that you're going to cut that in half, and then you're going to bring the essentially the beginning of the second piece that he's now made to the beginning of that first piece, so that way everything is lined up perfectly. The reason you don't want to reverse it the way he was saying is because those staggers are going in a certain direction. So when you try to wrap those, it's not going to wrap the way you need it to, because your staggers are going to be off place.
So you want to put an L shape in it. So you've got the long bit at the bottom, so it's got room for it to move, and you bring it up next to the other one. So this is going to be the slightly bit difficult bit for you guys to see. Let me just cut this bit off. How am I doing for time? Am I taking too long? Right, let me move this drill. This brings me back to the days of these old drills.
He says that, but he built on that recently, so I don't know what to believe at this point.
I use it occasionally.
This man is like in the before times, like it was like 50 years ago. Holy shit!
Oh, these are pretty solid.
He's talking pre-COVID.
Yeah, that was the past.
It's been 50 years and you still can't grow a beard yet.
Such a dick, but true. Right. So you want to line these up, stick them in the old chuck. So now what I've done is I actually put the top one on the bottom, so I just got to make sure I change that around. More tea, Vicar. Right. We're good to go.
Sorry, I had to disappear for just a second and buy my son something on FIFA, because otherwise he'll charge his mom's card all kinds of fucking money. So I'll be right back.
Go for it. Dude, World Cup in November.
Right, so you just want to put a bend in this, stick it in your drill, your swivels.
You might want to move it over a little so we could see the swivels after you get that set.
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, I'm shit for staggered, so I can't even like help with this one. This is all on Duchess and Adam to like explain what the fuck's going on.
Right. Too much shit on this table. 1 second, let me chuck these down there.
Yeah, right. we should have warned you that you clean your shit before you try to do a live build.
I don't think you'll be able to see it. It won't move any more there. So basically, you've got your swivels, and you just put it through the loop of the swivel, and then you just pinch it down, so it's nice and flush.
There you go.
See this, but can you see that all right?
Yeah, I mean as best as we can.
Right, so what you're going to want to do is you wrap it around here, and just like you do your normal Clapton, but the trick is make sure the first wrap goes straight in. Once you get it both in and it's not at an angle, get it straight, hit that trigger and make sure you keep that at a 90 degree the whole way down. If you move a little bit, it'll wrap back on itself or you'll miss one. But the great thing about staggers, if you miss it, you can always go back. So it's not like Aliens where if you fuck up, you fucked up. This, you can go backwards and forwards as many times. And that's why if you have to go back a lot of times, get your old nylon pliers out and just try and straighten that wire up a little bit because it will kink it up. Right. I'm going to mute for a second just so I can get this done. I'll be back in a minute.
Sounds good. All right, so he's getting his wire. He's gonna get it set. You try to like wrap it around that loop if you do that style. If not, you got to figure a way, because like I do a clamp, so I don't do that style. So I tend to just try to like make sure I get it in between the teeth of the clamp itself. But you see, he's already going. You got a good wrap going? All right, there you go. So he's already got that wrap going. You could tell like the wire is completely off screen, but you could tell like he's holding it down, and you could see where it's actually like going across. Barely, but you can see it. Like he's already a quarter of the way there. I mean, he's just getting it. Get it.
Honestly, for anyone watching, in case you guys are curious, this actually seems to be like the hardest point in this whole fucking build. Just because you have to line that, like that wire has to like pretty much stay at like a 90-degree angle for the most part, just so that way it lays just the way it's supposed to in between those grooves in order to fuse those two staggers together.
Yeah.
And if it's off even just a little bit, you're going to skip a bunch of gaps.
Looks like he's good. He's got it all set. Cutting off that wrap wire.
This man is a master at building these, just because they are on his menu. So if anyone is interested in trying them, head over to cloudcartel.co.uk. You can pick some up directly from Adam.
Wait, he doesn't have the Cloud Cartel UK.co.uk, so it's just very
just
confusing.
cloudcartel.co.uk.
Yeah, I simplified everything because it was even fucking confusing me. So there's too many. Right, let me just get rid of this drill. So you just snip it off. As you can see, I just snipped it straight off at the end, so the end's still in there. So you can always get that out later on. And just get rid of the device. Move this back up. I hope I'm not boring all you guys. And as you can see, probably not.
It's close enough.
Yeah, so we've got this much.
That should get two at least.
Yeah, that's well over enough for fucking 2 coils.
And the great thing about these is when you do 2736 or 2636, you don't really need nylon pliers. You can just manipulate it with your hands if you want to straighten it all up. But what I didn't say is when you fuse, once you get a fuse, this is just what I do. If you're using a normal drill, make sure that it's completely straight. I hold it down at 90 and just put my arm weight on it. So it's like a false fuse. And then it keeps everything nice and tight and there's less chance of it like jumping. So it will just go the way it needs to go. So yeah, that is stagger fuse captures. I'll just quickly get this built. So I'm just going to straighten it with this anyway.
Yeah, so the thing he didn't tell you when he was actually setting these up that he should have told you, and this is also on Jay and I for not telling you as well, when he created those staggers at the beginning, what he did with that fuse wire in order to get it there is he took it and he looped it through one area and then wrapped it around another one. So he's got like 2 or 3 loops on there in order to push that fuse over.
You can do, as lots of people just do one. I do 2 just for the accident I had now. It keeps it in. I've known a couple of people does 3 or 4. You can do as many as you want.
Yeah.
There's that, there you go.
But that way that wire is actually sitting in there and you get that perfect like spacing to build these, just because it does make it obviously a lot easier on you. I would suggest if you're going to do this weighted method to make sure you have at least enough space underneath, because there are some bigger RDAs out there if you're going to be doing this that will just drag across the table and it'll mess everything up on the build. So I would make sure you at least have enough spacing that it's going to be able to float across the top of the table while that wire holds it up. Just so that way you're not running into any sort of issues when you're trying to actually do this build. There are other methods to this, but it seems out of everyone that I know that builds, the weighted method seems to be the easiest, the fastest, the most consistent way of building. I do know a few people where they actually, and it's not consistent, and this is why I don't suggest it. But I do know a few people who will only clap in about a half of the wire, and then they'll take the remainder of it and they'll stretch it all the way to the end, and they'll stretch it on the core wire itself without anything in it. The problem with that, again, is that it creates inconsistencies when that wire springs back. So the weighted method is going to be your most consistent, and it's honestly going to be your easiest.
I've tried the false fuse.
Just, be careful with putting that wire on initially, because that is kind of a pain in the ass to do, especially if you got fat stubby fingers like I do, and trying to wrap that wire around just between those fuses is a little bit of a headache. So
yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll be as quick as I can. Yeah, I've tried the false fuse, which I think was the one that Kent showed Nick how to do. I tried it, and I managed to do it. It just wasn't as comfortable, and it didn't feel as secure than doing it this way. This seems like it's not putting as much tension on the wire as forcing a wire in between an already like half claptoned core.
Yeah, that fuse is not or the force fuse rather is not really a good way to do it either, just because, again, you're going to get those inconsistencies. There's a chance where it could skip areas, etc. And so you're going to have like Clapton, and then you're going to have like some stagger, and then you're going to have Clapton, and then you're going to have some stagger, and then some stagger, and then some Clapton, and it's just going to be a pain in the ass for you. So the way that Adam just showed is probably going to be your most consistent, your easiest way of doing this, just to get everything down perfectly. That wrap is really the only like difficult part to this, because you have to make sure that wire fits in there, but you don't want to put too much tension on it, because it'll twist the wire too much, and then everything kind of gets out of whack.
I picked the only atomizer that doesn't fucking work. I haven't used it in years. The atomizer don't work.
What? I mean, the atomizer doesn't work.
It just keeps saying check.
Check the pin.
Yeah, the pin's fine.
Yeah, but is the pin is it an adjustable pin?
Never know that. I haven't used this for years. I just pulled it out the bottom.
You might need to pull that pin down, or the 510 pin inside your mod is too low. Like, it's just not making a good connection.
Cheers, Duchess.
Told you.
Sip.
He was doing so good.
I know. And I always bugger it last minute. Any questions from chat about any of this shit?
Wow, this guy.
Bloody hell. Who's up for a 2-hour stream of me trying to get it working? Oh, here we go. We're good to go. Fucking don't burn it at 80 watts.
What RDA were you trying to use?
Yeah,
I just worked it on the Odin 100.
Does anyone in chat have any questions as far as this process is concerned, and or about anything that we've gone over in the past?
Any questions for the expert here?
We're more than happy to answer them and or give you some clarifying information if you need it.
Cool. So, where's my wickage? It's taking me longer to fucking build this than it is to actually make the bloody coil.
So Sewer Rug wants to know, would you say you're wired nuts?
Huh?
I don't know what that means either.
Yeah.
I'm a bit confused.
So am I.
Elaborate, Sewer Rug. Elaborate.
Yes, I need you to elaborate, Sewer, please. Your mighty beard.
Goodness. Oh, there it is. I'm just quickly wicking this. It's one of the worst wicks I think I've ever done. Come on.
That's what she said.
I just want to say that kids are expensive. Don't let your kids grow up and play video games.
No.
Because then they just constantly bother you money about fucking, can I buy this? Can I buy this? Can I buy this? And you're just like, bro, really?
Oh, that's funny.
Well, so I'm nearly
Also,
done.
don't buy your kids an iPhone either, because then they can see whether or not you've actually read their message, and then they just blow you up.
So this is why you should go for Androids. Fuck Apple.
Fuck you, Adam.
He just tore into Apple phone and then gets all defensive about Apple phone. I mean, what the fuck?
I said don't buy your kids an iPhone.
Just don't buy iPhone, period. It's a waste of your money.
Right, let's get this going. Right, pretty much done. Nearly there. Nearly there. Let's put the top cap. Oh, fuck. A minute. Oh, there's some shit on the bottom. That's why. That is why. Turn this up. All the way up. Finally! Fuck me. How long was that? An hour and a half? Fuck. Right, that's how you do staggers. Just don't fucking use an old RDA. That bit took the longest. But yeah, no, I did find when I first started doing staggers. Oh, we got a question?
Yeah, so David, I know of the Easy Coil. I have watched some of his YouTube videos on how to do some of these like staggertons and stagger two stop-ins, etc. As far as picking up any of his accessories, I don't know, but I would definitely go check his YouTube. Maybe there's a link in one of his more recent videos to any of his accessories, just so that way, hopefully that helps with being able to get that done. If it's, you can also probably check out Jay, what's that website? It's 3D print.ru or something like that.
Yeah, .ru. They do a lot of 3D accessories. I mean, I have a bunch. I have a clamp. I have these little guys right here that hold your stuff in place. They do the coil jig portion. They do all sorts of stuff. If you want to get fancier, there are some fancier sites out there, because I know Brett just got like a new holder for his drill, and that thing looks bitchin'. I want to get one.
You got coil factories as well that do fuck tons of stuff as well. And instead of having that fucking articulated vice thing here, this massive thing on the bottom here, they do a 3D printed case. You just screw your drill into it, and it's on a track as well.
Yep.
So there's so much stuff that you can get out there. I've ordered from 3D Vape. I got the it's for wrapping coils that you just attach to the end of the drill, just to try and mate, because I use that. That's all I use.
Yeah, you know, I actually thought about buying something from him too, and that was for I wanted to get that little fucking piece that goes on the chuck, like that.
The clamp.
Yeah, that M-Turk has though for wrapping coils.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty much similar to what I got.
Yeah, just so that way, like you can clamp it and then just go.
Yeah,
Dude, trying to wrap that many coils by hand, like when you're doing things commercially, sucks dick.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a problem because I bite my nails. That's just something I do all the time.
I bite my nails too. I have a chronic issue with biting my nails.
See, that's just rock solid, just from trying to hold the wire to wrap it round, and your fingers hurt. So I just want to make it easy. And Jay was the one who told me about the 3D vape, and I think they worked out like £7 for exchange rate, and then it cost me like an extra £8 delivery. So it's worth it because you can always go to the actual coil jig, the hand one that you can just take the handle off and jam that in your drill. But I think that works out 30-40 quid.
Yeah, I think you're better off just getting a 3D printed clamp because I actually have tried to take these little rods out of here and like just put it in the chuck of my drill, but then it's real hard to like get it to like actually catch.
Yeah.
So then that end gets all kinds of like fucked up and everything else when you're like trying to get it to wrap, and it's a pain in the ass.
No. Oh, one more thing about staggards. I know that there are companies that do clips that you can clip on that will stagger your wire for you. I think it's either Sherlock Holmes or Josh. What was his name? The nice dude used to do Coil Wars.
Homeboy Josh.
I know they fashioned something out of I think it was either a wooden or a plastic clothes peg that you can use for doing it as well. So there's a million different ways of doing it. I just shown you the one way that I do it. But if you're going to do my way, make sure it's weighted enough that it doesn't bow your wire, that it just gives you that tension that you need.
I do know that the Goon is a good amount of weight that what is that, the Rebirth or the Recurve or something?
Yeah, Recurve Jewel, the old Watofo one.
Those are weighted enough.
But yeah, it's they're nice. They are simple, but it will take you quite a few attempts to get it. But once you get it and you lock it in, you're sorted. So if any of you guys are out there trying it, send me a picture. I would like to see how you guys get on with it. So,
or you can always just email us at codename wired at codename, or actually, sorry, I think it's I forgot our own fucking email. I think it's codename.
I'll drop it into our Instagram. Tag us in on the Instagrams as well.
No, it's sorry. It's codename wired at gmail.com.
So send us your pictures, and if we get enough, then we'll feature them. So I've seen that quite a few of some of our viewers have actually moved on and actually started building fused captions and that. And I've seen them.
I haven't seen any of those pictures yet.
I'll have to. I'll go through them all, and I'll find them, and we'll put them on the show. Between rapping, working, and baby poo, are you mental yet? Yeah, I've sort of had to change my whole life around. So I'm up at 4 a.m. I'm in the garage at 4:10, and I'll rap till I leave for work, and then I'll come home and I'll do the rest. And so I do. It is been hard, but hey, might as well. It's great fun. It's good stress relief. I've sort of got my mojo back a little bit with building now, which is quite nice. So it's just obviously what me and Duchess and Jay were talking before. It's the changing it from the hobbyist side of it to the production line side has a massive impact on you mentally, physically, and just your willpower. and you lose the fun out of it. So my way that I've personally found my way to get around it is of a morning during the week. I'll spend an hour to 2 hours in there. I'll whack on YouTube videos, so it might be like Legion's videos, the Matt and Seamus show.
You really like
mixing it up.
He was whacking on to Legion.
He was whacking on to Legion. But...
He said it.
I'm whacking now. I'm whacking now. Oh, it's not that big. It's more like that. But yeah, I'll whack that on, and I'll just plow through decals and have all my decals ready. And it is stressful. Decals are the most boringest part of any builds, and you guys can fucking agree with that. Doing decals, but then on my day off,
trying to do like
until you get a lathe.
Intense.
Well, I'm doing 6.5 foot decals each one, so I'll get about 15 to 20 throughout the week.
I'm always just waiting on that thing to whip me in the face because it starts bouncing after once you're like at 50% of my drill.
What I've done with mine, Duchess, you might want to try and do this because this fucking really helped me. I got styrofoam, 2 blocks of styrofoam, and just put it under the pedal, and it gives you just that amount of pressure, so it doesn't go bang, and the drill goes, and then your wire's doing this, and you're fucking dodging and diving. I put styrofoam in it, and it just gives you that enough. So just once it starts moving, and it will give it a bit of pressure, that's perfect. So I'll do about 15, 20 decals, and then my first day off, I go out and I'll just wrap aliens one after the other, and I find that way is far more enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, once you get a lathe and you've got that speed and that power behind it, I mean, decors aren't really as bad. I mean, they're still boring. Don't get me wrong. I hate doing decor, but they aren't as boring as like doing it on like a hand drill.
See, my way around that, how I've been doing, if I've been using the normal drill, I just get a C-clamp and clamp the trigger.
Yeah.
And then just sit back and let it go. And then when you're writing it in, get your pliers ready and just get it off so that it spins. You have to quickly turn it off. But the issue that I've been having...
See, I couldn't do that, though, because I get so close to the end that I would waste way too much wire.
Yeah. But what my issue now is, as you're wrapping aliens and you're getting to probably about here and you want to scoot over, you have to move the foot pedal with you. And where I'm in the garage, the floor isn't completely smooth and flat. It's very bumpy. So you have to fucking try and get it over the fucking stone, and then you carry on going. So that's my only issue. So I was put a pair of skateboard decks.
I do miss using a foot pedal though, for sure.
Yeah, I do enjoy my foot pedal. Yeah. And going back to that drill, just doing that staggered, my hand's aching just from holding that button.
I thought it was from whacking onto Legion.
No, that's two-handed job. You do one, then when that starts to ache, you move to the other one. So you can let that one come back, and then you move again.
It goes with the stranger.
Wow. Okay, well, that just happened. Sorry for everyone in chat.
You started it.
Now you know that Sloane is mad for Legion.
Just because I used the word whacking, it's very much an English word. So.
You use that word for everything, though. You gotta like change it up.
It's just a word that I use. I don't know. I say it half the time. So.
Sure.
Sure thing, buddy.
Whatever, buddy.
And on that note.
All right. So that was the show. We'll catch you guys next week, as always.
Right. So, Duchess, are you doing aliens next week then?
I am doing aliens next week. I'm going to do, just for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to do some 2636. Just because that wire is a little bit more stable than doing anything else. That, and I have, when I know for all of us here, once you kind of like get things down and whatnot, then it makes it real difficult to go slow.
Yeah.
And I can't do that. So just for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to do some 2636s for you guys. Some
and plus,
34.
every build we've done has been 2636. So at least you don't have to buy.
You know, I'll show you how I prefer to do it. These guys will have their input on how they prefer to start out.
Yep.
With the build. So I'm excited for the next episode to.
The Duchess is
Sorry, I got distracted. I didn't realize that no one realized that I actually have like a full beard and no titties. Sorry.
Are you doing the no stretch, or are you doing stretch method?
Oh, I'm doing the stretch method. I can't do the no stretch. I mean, if we have time and or want to make it like an extra long episode, then I mean, if you want to do the no stretch and show people how to do it, then I mean, that's fine. But I'll show you how to do this. I'll show you how I do it, how I do the stretch. I purposely understretch my wire though, just because I know, much like you, I'm real heavy-handed. So yeah, being able to like have that little bit of leeway, like with the way that I hold my wire, makes it much easier for the wire to wrap the way it needs to. So
cool. I was just saying how long we could all go silent for.
Yeah, so I think like for me, when I do the stretch, it's probably about like. So generally, you're going to hear people say, and we'll get into this the next episode, but generally, you're going to hear people say that you need to stretch that wire out about 3 times the amount of space, because you are doing 3 cores.
Yeah.
But for me, I think I only do like 2.5 times the space, again, because I'm heavy-handed and it gives me that little bit extra for things to like, like for everything before my fingers to like stretch properly. Like as it's coming through, it'll like, you know, it gives it that tension to stretch for it, so that way it wraps the way it's supposed to. But I mean, either way, I digress before we get too far off and we do a whole brand new fucking episode and a whole hour in. So, I mean, otherwise, yeah, the next episode will be me. I'll be doing some aliens for you guys to show you how I do it. I'll break everything out. So, and then the following week, if anyone is going to be in Ohio on the 26th, then I will see you there.
Cool. We're doing, that was the last challenge of the show for a while now, just because we're going to take a bit of a break. We'll be adding some other bits in, but we'll let you know in due course of the reinvented codename Wired. And I apologize straight off the bat. That fucking intro is very long and it's very loud.
We'll work it out. We'll work it out.
Yeah. Every time I take my fucking earphone out because it nearly blows my eardrum every time I press the button.
Same here.
I don't wear a headset.
Right. I think we're coming to we're nearly on closing time. Do we want to does everybody know their songs that they want to put on?
Oh fuck no.
Yes. I do. All right, I'll go first. I like Annoying Duchess. And we talked about this on the last episode of Mixing It Up. I'm gonna do the artist name is Twice, and the song is called Fancy.
Well, sorry, I wasn't listening. What was it? Fancy by who?
By Twice.
Twice. Cool.
And then, because I just discovered this band earlier today, I learned that there's such a thing as Aztec metal, which is awesome. Yeah, you know how Viking metal exists? Now there's Aztec metal.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, it's all in Spanish, and it's fucking awesome.
I'll have to give that a listen.
It's called Guerreros de, and I'll just send you the fucking link.
Send me the link as soon as you said those. I can't spell that.
Guerreros de Semican, and the band's called Semican.
Okay, that's gonna be interesting.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, I'll send you a YouTube link because in the music video, they're doing like Aztec sacrifices at the beginning, and then a mosh pit breaks out.
Dude, put the link in the fucking in the Discord, bro. I will watch that after the show.
Yeah, you got to, dude.
Just getting my songs up now. So I am gonna. Have you got yours, Duchess, or do you want me to go?
Yeah. So this one will surprise. Well, both of these will surprise you guys. No metal this episode, actually.
Okay.
So first song is actually quite old, but still a really good song, and I still love this band to death. So the first song is "The Kids Aren't All Right" by The Offspring.
Nice. Going a little old school there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the second song is going to be DOA by Foo Fighters.
Okie dokie. I'm going to go for Mother of Nine by Jira and Albatross by Corrosion of Conformity.
Did chat have any songs?
I forgot about that.
Because we forget to say that before we even do anything.
Yeah, chat. If you we fucked this up again. You're right, Kevin. I could turn off my read receipt, but that requires a bunch of steps that I don't want to have to go through. So I just need that. But yeah, if anyone has song suggestions, feel free to drop them in the chat. It's okay. We'll wait. No big deal.
So where are you going to be in Ohio, Duchess, so everyone knows where to find you?
So the weekend of the 26th, which is a Saturday this month, Will, aka this punk rock silver fox, aka Tony Hammerdick, aka future president of the United States of America, aka Mr. Steel Valley himself, is having like a Steel Valley Vapors like stooge like hangout like bash sort of deal. So for anyone in the United States and or I mean, look, if you want to buy a fucking plane ticket from the UK and come, fucking feel free. But for anyone in the United States, if you could make it to the East Coast, or rather more like Mid-East, as Matt Sewerrug and myself like to call it, then on the 26th, we're doing then Will's going to have a bunch of people around. I know Frames is coming. I'm coming down. Matt Sewerrug is going to be there. I think Seamus is also supposed to be there. Logan is going to be driving down with me. Corey's going to be there. And a number of other people are supposed to be coming as well. I do believe that Grim has already said on his YouTube like months ago that he was going to try to be there, or he's going to be there, or whatever the case was. So I think Nick Green is also going to be there as well. So that'll be a real fun time. So we're just going down to Steel Valley for the weekend and hanging out and having a good time. We're going to have like cloud comp and all kinds of other stuff. So I was thinking about actually bringing some of my build equipment with me just for the build comp alone, and then custom build everyone's coils for them, which will be real nice. And then that way everyone has like equal amount of coils. There's no sort of like cheating where like, you know, maybe, you know, the Twisted Messes heats up slightly faster than you know, some wire optum or kidney puncher or whatever, right? So that way
equal playing field.
Yeah, that way it's an equal playing field for people, right? Because it's all the same
That's
wire.
a good shout, actually.
I was thinking about doing that. So yeah, if anyone wants to come out, then the 26th of February, if you know who Will over at Still Valley Vapors is, then send him a message and ask him about the hotel, and he can send you all the information, so that way maybe you can still reserve your hotel. He did get a good discount on those where it's $100 a night. So we're just going to be down for the weekend. So if you have a little extra money, you want to come hang out, feel free. Come chill with us over at Still Valley in Ohio. It's going to be a real good time. Lots of people going to be around. So otherwise, yeah, it's I'm definitely looking forward to it. It'll be a nice break, like away from the norms of daily life.
I think we've only got one tune in, which is Taeyeon, the song I. So we'll pick that one.
Sounds good.
And as hip hop juice, from what I only knows hip hop, I'm going to throw a Sneaking Up on You by Fu Schnickens, which is a tune. I think that's like early 90s hip hop, which is a good tune. Cool. So we come into that time. I think it's about time that we shout our shit. Jay, do you want to go first? Where can we find you? What are you on? What are you doing?
Let's see. Tuesday we are doing Mixing It Up. I'm still working on what I'm going to review on Thursday. Then beyond that, yeah, just doing my thing. And if you guys are interested, juice coils, all that kind of shit, hit me up on all of the social medias. The moment I do want to work on maybe getting a site together, but we shall see how that goes as time progresses. Yeah, that is me. Duchess?
So for me, if you haven't done so already and you want to do so, then you can always follow me at Duchess_coils over on IG. Maybe one of these days I'll actually become a coil builder again. Who knows? Hence the name if no one ever actually noticed it during the show. But I mean, outside of that, the only thing that I need to shout out is if you haven't done so already and you live in the United States, I know Logan mentioned this last night on Across the Pond, so if you're around, then you heard it. Otherwise, I will repeat it, and I'll continue to repeat it until my dying breath. Go join CASA. Head over to casaa.org. It's free to join. You literally don't need to pay anything. There's no credit cards, no hidden fees, none of that stuff. You can join, and that way you can get in on the fight, figure out what's going on in the United States, because shit is fucked up right now. We've got a lot of dumb shit happening, and there's the more people, the better, right?
Yeah.
So head over to CASA. You can join. You can read people's testimonies. You can add your own testimony, and there's an area for calls to action. So if something dumb is coming up in your state, I know Hawaii's got a bunch of dumb shit. Maine's got a bunch of dumb shit. I think Washington State has got some worse stuff coming up. And I know there's plenty of other states that are having issues right now. Then this way you can kind of figure out what's going on in your state, in your area, and you can help fight the good fight against the powers that be that have no fucking clue what the hell they're doing. Otherwise, yeah, again, join CASA. That's CASAA. Don't follow what fucking Sloane put in the chat.
I'll put 2 S's.
Otherwise,
sir, you're a walking disaster.
Otherwise, yeah, that's about it. Even if you're not in the United States, then find your local advocacy groups, join the fight, keep the powers that be off our back, and make your voice loud. You can go to INCO. You can look up Australia's. You can look up the UK's. However you need to, and join in on keeping all that dumb shit out of here, because there's way too much bad news going on right now for misinformation. So help spread the proper information and get all that taken care of. Otherwise, yeah, that's That's it from me. Again, if you're going to be in Ohio, then,
Keep going. Don't worry.
yo, didn't that happen last night too, bro? I'm surprised that shit. I'm so glad it's not above your head, bro, because you would have had 3 concussions already. Holy fuck.
The trick is, don't put your ring light up with fucking elastic bands.
Wow, this guy.
It's all that whacking on.
This guy. Again, yeah. Otherwise, if if you're gonna be in Ohio, then I'll see you in Ohio on the 26th.
Right, before something else fucking falls on me, I'll quickly shout this shit out. Yeah, go over to Cloud
His house
Cartel.
falls on him.
Yeah, cloudcartel.co.uk for coils. Hip Hop said wardrobe's coming this week, so keep your eye on the website for get yourself a new wardrobe. Also, there's an advocacy page on there, so there's hyperlinks for World Vapors Alliance, UKVIA, ATHA in America, ETHA in Europe, and Inco is on there as well. So click there, find your local one, and at the bottom is a preview of Dr. Colin Mendelssohn's book, Stop Smoking, Start Vaping, and you can buy it hyperlink there straight to the Amazon page to get your book. So head over there. Next Friday is my solo show. There's no other shows next week. Following week is Across the Pond, and then the week after is our show again. So if you want me, the Cloud Cartel UK on Instagram, same on Facebook. So give us a follow. Make sure you give these guys over here. These guys a follow on Instagram. Follow Jay on YouTube. Is it the KVTV _online?
Yes.
Because the other one's an Indian funeral site, isn't it?
Yes.
You gotta make sure you space it out though. It's KV space TV.
_online.
Like that's the way it comes up for me.
Really?
Yeah, in between your name.
That's weird.
But make sure you give them a follow. Everybody in chat, make sure you follow Wee Baby Sheamus on YouTube and check out the Matt and Sheamus show. It's a good laugh. Make sure you subscribe to Mixing It Up and to everybody else.
Yeah. If you ever want to learn how to mix, Jay's the guy that you wanna talk to.
It's loads of fun.
Mixing it up.
I think we're at the end now. So Thank you for coming to this shit show. Thankfully, as it stands, nothing else is going to fall on me. And I haven't lost any more digits. That's always a score.
Yeah.
So until next time, be nice.
And big shout out real quick. Big shout out. Well, 2 big shout outs. One, to all of you guys in chat, thank you so much for joining us. We couldn't literally do this without you. Otherwise, it would just be us 3 blokes sitting around looking like assholes talking to each other. So we appreciate all of the interaction in chat and you guys actually even being here. And second one is a big shout out to the show sponsor, Shake and Bake Media, your one-stop shop for all things multimedia. You can go follow Anthony Ramola. That's I'm _Anthony Ramola on IG. Or you can follow at Shake and Bake Media on IG. And if you're in the need for any sort of multimedia, you need an intro for a video, or you just need a still frame made or a GIF or whatever, then hit him up and he'll get you all taken care of and direct you to where you need to be. So that way that can get taken care of for you. Otherwise, we love you all. Have a good one. Stay cloudy. Vape like royalty.